Hi, and thanks Tori for the class today. So today's class is focused on mobilising and strengthening into our upper body. So we've got the option of using some hand weights in the class today. I'd recommend using about half a kilo or to a kilo, or whatever you feel comfortable to use. If you don't have any weights, then just grab something you can comfortably hold out the kitchen cupboard and that will work just fine. So we're going to start today in standing, then we're going to come down onto our fronts, then onto our sides and onto our backs as well today. So I hope you enjoy the class. Always remember to work to a level that you're comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy it. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So if you're going to use your weights, then we'll have them ready in our hands. And we're going to begin by bringing our toes apart and those heels apart. So our feet are that hip width distance. Just to start with, let's transfer that weight onto the front of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back, just looking for that midpoint between those two movements. So that weight's going nice and evenly down through those feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up into your pelvis, very gently, let's just tilt that pelvis forward and tilting it back. So again, we're just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So our pelvis in that nice neutral position. Those ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to start here with our toy soldier. So I'm going to raise my hands up to that shoulder height, and I'm just going to start by raising one arm up towards the ceiling and then back down. And again, raising up and down. So keeping that control, we're just lifting that arm up as far as you can keep that control, not letting those ribs flare, not arching that back, we're just lifting the arm and down. Good, now if you can, let's add our opposite heel raise. So we're going to raise the opposite heel and then switch over. So we kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm with the movement, alternating opposite arm, opposite heel raise, lifting and lowering. Well done. Now make sure that pelvis is staying nice and level, not sort of hitching those hips as we move side to side. Well done, just breathing in and out. Nice and slowly, well done. Keep going here, a few more. Lifting and lowering. Very good. Let's do one more each side. And then lower those arms, lower those feet back down. Well done, relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so let's keep our hands down for a minute. We're going to bring our elbows in towards our side. Neck staying nice and long, those shoulders down. We're going to open out through that chest, open those forearms wide and back. So those elbows stay in towards your chest. We're opening out and back, or in towards your sides, I should say. So we're opening out and back. So we're going to breathe out as we open out, breathe in as we come back. Breathing out. Breathe in to come back. Well done. Opening out and back. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to open out, then reach those palms away and then fold back in. Good. And again, opening out, reaching away and fold back. And again, reach away and back. Now if you can, we can add those heel raises back in. So we're going to open out, reach away, up on those toes at the same time, fold back together. Breathing out, reach away. Breathe in as we fold back. Good. Breathing out. Breathe in as we fold back. Well done. A few more here. Reaching away and back. Lovely. And again. Reach away and fold back. Good. Last few. And back. Well done. Folding back. Let's do one more. Opening out, reaching away and controlling back down. Relax those arms back down. Well done. Okay, so this time we're going to have one leg just in front here. And we're going to bend my elbows together with a bicep curl. And I'm going to lift my leg at the same time. And I want you to hold that leg lifted. Then we're going to reach one arm up towards the ceiling and down. Opposite arm, reach up and down. And then lower the leg and lower the arms back down together. Good. Okay, opposite leg. We're going to bend those elbows at the same time. Raise the leg. Hold that there. Reach those arms up to the ceiling and down, one at a time, and lower together. Good, and again. Lifting up, bend the elbows. Hold that position, so we're challenging that balance, staying on that single leg, and down. Good, and again. Lifting up, bend those elbows. Raise the arm, and down. Opposite arm, and down together. Good, and again, bend the elbows. Raise that leg, hold that there. Lifting up one arm at a time, pushing up towards the ceiling and down. Lower those arms and leg together. Good, let's do a few more here. Repeating that, pushing up to the ceiling. Each side and lowering down together. Well done. And again, lift up, bend the elbow. Hold that leg there. Push up to the ceiling and down. Up and down. Lower together. Good. Last few. Bend the elbow. Push up. And again, punching that ceiling and down. Well done. And again. Push up. Good. And again. And down together. Well done. Bend the elbows. Pushing up. Holding that leg. Challenging that balance. And down. Let's do one more set each side. So we're going to bend the elbows. Lift that leg. Push up to the ceiling. Opposite side. And down together. Well done. One last time. Bend those elbows. Hold that there. Push up to the ceiling. And again. And down together. Well done. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come sideways on here so you can see me. We're going to do some rotating arms. So I'm going to reach one arm forward, one arm back. And I'm going to follow that back arm looking behind and then come back to that centre. And we'll repeat the opposite side. So looking around, reaching forward with those arms and reaching back. So we're alternating around, getting that upper back rotation here. As we reach those arms wide and away, looking round behind with that back arm and back. Good. And down. Lovely. And again, reaching round and back. And back. Well done. Reaching around and back. Let's do 5 more. So we're going to go 5. And down. 4. 3. 2 and 1. Well done. Lowering back down, coming back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to bring our bicep curls in again here. And we're going to step back with one leg. As we step back, we're going to bend the elbows, drop down and lift back up. Good. Opposite leg. Step back, drop down, bend those elbows and back. Good. So we're going to alternate legs, stepping back, drop down and back. Good. And again. Step back, bend those elbows at the same time and back. So just work into those biceps and back. Good, and again, step back, drop down and up. Good, breathing out, dropping down and back. Well done. Excellent, few more here, step back, bend those elbows and up. Good. And back. Let's do 5 more. So we're going to go 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lifting back up, coming back to that start. Well done. Okay, so let's just move our backs with a few roll downs here. So feet still that hip width distance apart. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Just as far as comfortable. Soften those knees if you need to. Breath in here. And as you breathe out again, just gently lifting back up, restacking that spine into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down. Roll those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in at the end here. And as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good. And again, one more here. Breath in. As you breathe out, taking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. And breath in at the end there. And as you breathe out, coming back up into standing. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come to the end of my mat and we're going to roll down and we're going to come down onto our fronts here. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, taking that chin down again, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Again, soften those knees at your end point, and then we're going to walk our hands down. And we're going to come down onto our fronts, onto the mat, and we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we continue here down onto our fronts. If you've got a thinner pillow or a little towel you want to put on your forehead, you can, just to support your head there. So we're going to come down onto our fronts here. I'm going to have the weights in my hands and just above my head, just slightly wider than those shoulders. Feet that hip width distance apart. Make sure that tailbone is just tucked under. I'm just engaging that core here. We're going to take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm just going to raise my hand just slightly off the mat and then lower back down. Opposite arm, lifting up and down. Now it's not a big movement. We're going to breathe out as we lift up, breathe in to lower down. Good, breathe out, lift up, breathe in to lower down. Now my head staying down onto the mat and down. Good, and again, breathing out, lifting up, breathe into lower. So again, not a big movement, and down. Good, and down. One more each side, lifting and lowering, and down. Now we're going to keep those arms down for a minute. I'm just going to go into our legs now. So we're going to raise one leg just off the mat and down again, alternating sides as we did with our arms. Breathing out, lift up, breathe into lower. Good, breathe out, lift up, breathe into lower. So we're just using those glute muscles to lift and lower that leg. Well done. And down. And let's do one more each side. And down. Good, now if you can, we're going to bring those arms back in and bring those movements together. So we're going to raise our opposite arm and opposite leg and then down together. Breathing out. Now if that feels too much with both together, just see if you can do a few more with those arms. And down. Breathing out, lift up, breathe in, lower. Nice and controlled. It's not a big movement, we're really lengthening through the body, keeping that control through that centre. It's working those arms and around that shoulder blade region to help lift that arm and lower. Well done. And down. Very good. Let's do one more each side. And again, lowering back down. Well done. Now I'm going to let those weights go and just leave them there. And I'm going to bring my hands down so they're that kind of L shape either side of me. My feet still that hip width distance apart. And we're going to work into our upper back here with our swan dive movement. So we're going to take a breath in, keeping this neck nice and long. As we breathe out, we're going to lift up my head and that breastbone off the mat, breath in to hold, and as I breathe out, lowering back down. Now I'm keeping my neck nice and long, that's really important here. As you breathe out, keep that chin tucked in, we're lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lower back down. It's not a huge lift, we're just lifting to keep that control. And I want you to imagine you've got a little piece of fruit tucked under that chin, and as we lift up, we're not letting that fruit go, we're keeping that there as we lift up, breath in to hold. And as I breathe out, don't let my fruit go, lower back down. There's a tendency to sort of poke your chin forwards, especially as you lower back down. So try and keep that neck long, that chin tucked in as we lift up, keeping my piece of fruit there, and then lower back down. Well done. So just working into that upper back. So if that feels comfortable here, we can make it a little bit harder if you want to by just hovering those hands off the mat and then lower back down together. So breath in as you breathe out, lifting up, hovering those arms, and then lowering back down. Well done. And again, lifting up, breath into hold. Then as you breathe out, lowering back down. We'll just do last few here. Lifting up, breath into hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. And again, lifting up, breath into hold. And as you breathe out, lower back down. One last time. Lifting up, breath into hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. Now as we're in this position and keeping our hands there, let's just widen those feet just a little bit and we'll have a little stretch into our Cobra stretch. So we're just going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to come up into extension just as far as comfortable. So if you come up onto your elbows and that's enough, just stay there. Or if you want to, we can go all the way up into our hands. But just go to where you're comfortable. Keep that neck long. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, we're just going to peel that spine, walking those ribs, that breastbone, and that head back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, lengthening through, keeping that neck long. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly peeling that spine gently back down onto the mat. Let's do one more time here, just in your own time. Lifting up, slowly coming back up into that extension position, just as far as comfortable. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly peeling back down onto the mat. Well done. And we're going to lift up here, just drop back, have a little stretch into our child pose stretch. Just feels quite nice to do when we've been on our fronts. So just going to drop back down, breath in here, a little stretch through that upper back as well here, a little recovery stretch as you're breathing in and out. Sinking down, well done. Breath in and out. Good, and again, breath in and out. Lovely, and then walking those hands back up. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our sides now. So we can have our thicker block ready to use in a moment. And I'm going to just grab one of my weights here. Now I want you to start, if you can, on your elbow. So we're going to have our elbow directly underneath that shoulder, forearm along the mat here. My knees are bent up. Okay, my hips are really stacked on top of each other. And with this top arm, I'm going to lift the arm up towards the ceiling, looking up to that hand. And then we're going to gently come around and tuck under as if we're threading through and then lifting back up. Good. And again, tucking under, threading through and lift back up. Good. Just do the last few here, reaching through and under and lifting back up. Good. And again, reach through and under and back. 2 more here, reaching through and back. 1 last time, reaching through and back to that start. Well done. Bring that arm back down. Now, if you can, because this arm is working really hard that you're staying on, we're going to stay here on our elbow. But if that feels too much, come down onto your side here. And we're going to have our elbow in towards my side. And we're going to take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to lift up into a clam. At the same time, I'm going to push forward with that hand, fold back together. Okay, so again, reaching forwards, lift that top knee and down. Like I said, if that feels too much on that elbow, then come down onto your side. We do the same movement together here. So reaching forwards and back. Good. And again, reach forwards, fold back. Good. Reaching forwards and back. Excellent. And back. Well done. Reach forwards and back. Let's see if we can do 8 more together. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Folding in, lower that arm down, and then we're going to come all the way down onto our sides here. So drop that block down onto the floor, arms out in front, and we'll just have a nice little stretch out here into our upper back with our arm opening. So we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening around and back, following with that head just rolling on that block, and then gently back to that start. And again, lift up through that top arm, opening around and back, and then back to that start. Well done. And again, lifting up, opening around and back, and back to that start. So don't pull through your shoulder too much. Keep that elbow bent slightly. We're just following that head, rolling around and back, and then back to that start. And again, lifting up, opening around and back, following with that head, just rolling on that block, and then gently back to that start. Good. Just do last few here, opening around and back to that start. Good, last few. Good. And let's do 1 last time. Lifting up, opening around and back to that start. Well done. Okay, so let's come up and over onto the other side. So we'll bring that block with us, and we'll bring a weight with us as well. So we're going to have onto our elbows again as we did before. So elbow directly underneath that shoulder, forearm along the mat here. Taking the weight into that top arm. Those hips are stacked. I'm going to reach this top arm up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to come through and under, threading through, and then reaching, looking back up. Good. And again, reaching through and under, and lift back up. And again, reach through and under, and lift back up. Just do a few more here, rotating through that upper back and reaching up. Nice and controlled, reaching through and lifting back. 1 more time, reaching through and under and lifting back up. Well done. Bring that arm back down. Okay, so we can either stay onto our elbow here, but if that feels too much, as before, come down onto your side all the way, and we can do this the same together here. So either on your elbow or onto your side. This top arm, elbows in towards my side to start with. I'm going to lift that top knee into that clam, push that arm forwards, fold back together. So reaching forward that arm as I lift that top knee and down. Keeping those legs stacked, reaching away and back. Well done. Reaching forwards and back. That arm that's stabilizing you if you are on your elbows, working hard here. Keeping those collarbones nice and wide as we're reaching forwards and back. Let's do 8 more here. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Folding in, lower that arm down, and we're going to come all the way down onto our sides here as we did before. Head just resting at the front of that block. We'll pop that weight down, arms out in front, and we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening around and back, just having a nice little stretch out through that chest and that upper spine as we're opening out around and back. That head just rolling on that block and forwards. Remember, don't pull through your shoulder too much, just bend that elbow if you need to, and looking around and back, and then gently back to that start. So breathing out, opening out, breathing in to come back. And again, lifting up, opening out, and back. Last few. Looking around and back, and then gently back to that start. And back, well done. Let's do one more time, lifting up, opening around and back, and gently back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come onto our backs now. So I've put my block back here. I'm going to grab my other weight, so I've got both weights together here in my hands. I'm going to come down onto my back. So feet and knees, that hip width distance apart. Just to start with, let's just tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just looking for that midpoint between those two movements. So pelvis in that nice neutral position. Those ribs are nice and soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to start by raising our hands up towards the ceiling here. And I'm going to lift one leg up into tabletop. Take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to reach that leg away, stretch the leg, and with the opposite arm, I'm going to pull back and then reach up. Good. Lower that leg down, opposite leg lifted. Reaching away, pull down with that arm and back. Okay, so we're going to alternate sides, lifting up, pull down, lift up and back. Good. Breathing out, pull down, reaching away, breathe in to fold back. Good. And again. And back. Very good. Now if that's comfortable here, then continue alternating those legs. Or if you can, we can come into double tabletop. Same again, but we're just going to hold that double tabletop, alternating legs as we reach away and back. Excuse me. Breathing out, reach away and back. Good. And back. Breathing out, reach away, breathe into back. Very good. And back. So pulling those arms down and back. And again, pull back, lift up. Very good. Few more here. Pull back, lift up. Well done. And down. Breathe out. Breathe in to fold back. Well done. Last few. And back. Very good. Pull down and back. So that elbow's coming down to your side, reaching up. Very good. Let's do one last one each side. And then we're going to lower those legs back down one at a time. Float those arms back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to go into our wave bridge here. So we're going to float our hands, one hand, I should say, up and above our head. We're going to make sure those feet are tucked in, so the feet and knees that hip width distance apart. Then we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, I'm going to lift up into my bridge. And as I do that, I'm going to switch my arms, so around like this. And we're going to hold that bridge and do the same again with those arms. And on this third time, we're going to switch the arms and lower down at the same time, okay? So breath in. As we breathe out, switch those arms, hold that there. One more switch. And then on the third one, we're going to lower down at the same time, okay? And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Bring those arms. And again. And then as we switch them again, lower back down. So we rotate those arms here, lifting up. Hold it there while we do it again. And on that third time, we lower back down. Good, breath in. As you breathe out, switch those arms. Hold that there. And on that third time, lower back down. Well done. And again, lifting up. Switching those arms, hold that bridge, switch those arms again. And on that third switch, lower down together. Good. Breathing out. Hold that there, breathe in. Breathe out, lower down as we switch those arms. Well done. And again, lifting up. Hold that bridge. Switch arms. And now, lowering down. Well done. Last few. Good. And lowering down. Well done. And again, lifting up. Hold that bridge. Switch the arms. And on that third switch, lower back down. Last few here. And down. Let's do one more set. So lifting up. Switch those arms. And then lowering back down. Well done. Bring that arm back down. Drop those weights down for a minute. Let's have a little hug. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Well done. So just breathing in here and out. Sinking into that stretch just that little bit further if you can. Breathing in and out. Well done. Breath in and out. Good. And again, breathing in and out. Very good. One more time. And out. And then lowering those legs down one at a time back to that start. Okay, so from here we're going to go into some tricep curls and some scissor legs. So we're going to bring my hands together here and I'm going to bring them up and above my head. So the weight sort of just resting above my head here, those elbows are bent. I'm going to raise one leg up into tabletop. Now we're going to do 3 little scissor taps here. So we're going to go 1, 2 and 3. So then the opposite leg should be lifted into tabletop. And then we're going to extend those elbows and down. Good, and again, 1, 2, 3 taps and extend the elbow and back. And again, 1, 2, 3 little taps, extend the elbow and down. And again, 1, 2, 3, extend the elbow and down. Good, and again, 1, 2, 3 little taps, extend the elbow and down. Good, and again, 1, 2, 3, extend the elbow and back. So now keep that angle the same with those knees. We're tapping down from that hip joint with those scissors movements. Good. Extending that elbow, working those triceps. And again, 1, 2, 3. Extending those arms and down. Good. And again, 1, 2, 3. Extend those arms and down. Last few. 1, 2, 3. Extend the arms and down. Last few here. Extend those arms and back. Good. Last 2. 1, 2, 3. Extend those arms and down. One more set. 1, 2, 3. Extend the arms and lower back down. Well done. Lower those legs down. Bring those arms back down by your side. Well done. Okay, so this time we're just going to place those weights, those hands onto my thighs here. I want you to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I just want you to bring those up, so slide those hands up those thighs, just lifting into that abdo prep, and then gently back down. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, sliding up, breathe in as we lower back down. Breath in, breathing out. Breathe in to come back down. Now if that feels comfortable here with those feet down, just continue here, reaching and lowering. Or if you want to, we can lift both legs up into that tabletop. Hold that there, breathing in. And as you breathe out, sliding up the same and down. Good. And again, lifting up and lowering. And again. And down. Very good. Reaching up and down. Last few, breathe out, lift up, breathe in to lower. Breathing out, breathe in to lower. And down, well done. And down, last few. And down. Very good. Let's do one last one. And lowering those legs if those lifted, lower those hands down. I'm going to pop those weights either side here and have a little stretch out. So arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Turn your head to that opposite side if you can, and then gently coming back up and over to the opposite direction. So we're just gently rotating side to side from here. Dropping those knees over, turning that head, slowly coming back up and over to the opposite side. Good, and again, drop those knees over, turning that head, well done, dropping, rotating, lifting back up and over to the opposite side. Very good, drop those knees over and gently lifting up and over to the opposite side. Well done, just last few here. Stretching through that whole spine, feels nice to do. Drop those knees over. Gently coming back up and over to that opposite side. One last time each side, drop the knees over. Gently coming back up and over that opposite side. Bring those knees back up. Relax those arms back down, well done. Okay, so we're going to come up into sitting now. So just sitting comfortably, put my weights over to one side. And we're going to stretch out through our glute muscles. And we're going to pop one foot over the leg here. Just going to fix onto that knee, rotate my upper body. And we can just feel that stretch into those glute muscles. And we're going to hold this here. So just taking a few nice deep breaths in and out. On that out breath, sinking into that stretch. Well done. Breathing in and out. Well done. And again, breath in and out. Good. And then coming back round and cross that leg, opposite leg crossed over here. We're going to come around into that rotation, just feeling that stretch into those glutes here, rotating through that upper body, just looking around. Holding this position, we're going to breathe in and out. Good, and again, breath in and out. Well done, breathing in and out. One last time and out. Gently coming back round and uncross that leg. Well done. Either keep your legs in front or cross, whatever feels more comfortable for you. We're going to bring our hands just in front of us here. And we're going to reach our arms up and above our head. Come behind our head here. Go into a little spine twist. And back, opposite side. And back. Reaching up. Bring those arms wide. Then we're going to come forward as if we're hugging that tree. And then opening out. Good, and again, reaching up, hands behind your head, rotating around and back, opposite side and back, reaching up, bring those arms wide and then come forward as if we're hugging that tree and opening wide. One more set, reaching up, hands behind your head, come around into that rotation and back, opposite side and back, reaching up, bring those arms wide, come forward as if we're hugging that tree. And then opening out, relax those arms down, relax those shoulders, well done. And we're going to drop one hand down here, reach up and over that opposite side, lengthening out through the side here, breath in and out. Then lifting back up and over, opposite side, drop down, reaching over, breath in here. And as you breathe out, lifting back up and over. One more each side, drop down, reaching over, breath in here. And as you breathe out, lift up and over. Last time, reach over, lengthening through that side, and then lifting up and over. And then relax those shoulders here, a few little shoulder rolls. Fantastic, and sinking those shoulders back down. Well done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it and hopefully see you again soon.